Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley wrapped up a three-day campaign tour of Iowa in Des Moines this morning. Haley pledged to the crowd that she'll be back to Iowa often and will hold multiple events rather than flying in for one event, then leaving town. So Haley's the only Republican woman who's announced her presidential campaign.
Today, she leaned into that, focusing the event on women. Political director Dave Price joins us. So Dave, Haley's looking to offer a big contrast to the other candidates.
She is Republicans nominate a white man for president election after election cycle. Nikki Haley's offering an alternative for the 2024 campaign. Now, so did Michelle Bachmann, so did Carly Fiorina, so did Elizabeth Dole back in the day in previous Iowa caucus cycles. They were not successful. So this would be historic if Haley accomplishes this. Now, she has made history before. She became the first woman to serve as governor of South Carolina. She's the first woman to become governor from any state of Asian American heritage. Here's her campaign pitch to the women gathered around her today in Des Moines, as well as a few men who included 3rd District Congressman Zach Nunn.
I love to be in a room with a group of girlfriends and Zach, but we've got a couple of fellas here and I'm glad to have you as well. This is an exciting event because I think that, you know, I've always been a fan of women. Women get things done. Women are incredible when it comes to balancing. We know how to prioritize. Regardless of what people say, we don't like the drama. It's going to take a lot of courage. Courage for me to run, and courage for every one of you to know, don't complain about what you get in a general if you don't play in this caucus. And understand, it's more than just the caucus. We have to elect someone that can win a general election.
Haley spoke before a few dozen women at this Des Moines stop. It was the final event of a 3-day tour that also took her to Salix, Denison, Newell, and Fort Dodge on this tour. Agriculture was another theme at some of the other stops. Now, a longtime Republican presidential strategist who is not a fan of Donald Trump said that he thinks there is no certainty that Trump will be the nominee next year.
There's still some affection for Trump in the party, and he definitely has a big hunk of support, but it's been shrinking because people have Trump fatigue in the party and they're tired of losing. So right here in Iowa is going to be the first real tell of are we moving beyond Donald Trump, or are we going to stay there and risk the consequences? The caucus has never been more important than it will be next year.
Now, Haley worked for Trump and served as the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations during his administration. She did talk policy today. One thing she talked about was entitlement reform, saying that she would tie retirement eligibility to life expectancy. She did not offer additional specifics on changing age guidelines, but for example, as you likely know, if you're born after 1960, you can get your full Social Security benefits at age 67. According to the latest U.S. Census Bureau report, the average life expectancy in our country now is about 77.
Okay, it'll be interesting to hear reaction to some of those proposals because people get up in arms when you start talking about messing with the retirement age.
And she brought up that some of these things are tough to do. Now, we'll wait till she kind of digs into these kind of things. There was no question and answer with the media afterwards, so we couldn't ask her for specifics, but that's one of the general themes she talked about today.